Welcome to Mugambo FM. You can listen to our radio station on mugambo.live. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
It was 2018. I was visiting Guatemala. We were taking humanitarian aid there and filming an It Is Written television program in the wake of a terribly destructive volcanic eruption. You don't have to have much Spanish to understand the meaning of Volcán del Fuego. Volcano of fire, 12,500 feet tall in southern Guatemala. It stands there imperious, belching smoke and steam. It's done that for years and years and years. And every so often, it'll belch a little too enthusiastically. The people downhill will get alerted that they need to go. And over the years, it hasn't really come to much. But in 2018, and I say that loosely, in 2018, the authorities realized this volcano is going to go. And then people whose task it was went throughout the communities that were implicated by this thing, warning the people to get out. Now, when I visited the area, I went to a place that was once known as San Miguel Los Lotes. If you look up San Miguel Los Lotes online, you will find it referred to as a former village. Not a village, former village. Now, when I went there, it was there, but you couldn't see it. We were standing on top of it. And even though I was there 3 weeks after the event, the ground was still warm to the touch, maybe even hot, depending on your tolerance level. Beneath us, what was once the town of San Miguel Los Lotes. Officially, hundreds died. Unofficially, and this is what the locals told me, thousands died. And here's why. I met a lady at a shelter for displaced disaster victims. And this lady named Rosa told me that as she went from door to door warning people to get out, pointing to the mountain right there, it was doing its thing. As she warned people to leave, she said again and again and again, people would say something like, "We're just going to lock our front door and wait it out." She visited a church. The volcano struck on a Sunday. She went into the church with about 70 worshipers and said, "You've got to go. The volcano's going to blow up. You've got to get out of here." And they said, "We will instead trust God to protect us." Little did they know God was protecting them by sending Rosa, the emissary of mercy. And they stayed in that church. In fact, they're still in that church. The church is still there, but it's beneath 30, 35, 40 feet of what was once a pyroclastic flow. Ash, I don't know if there was mud, dirt, rock. Still there, entombed. The government spent some time digging people out, but after a while they realized there was a lost cause and they left people there rather than the obvious. When we were there, private citizens were attempting to dig people out, which was not pretty. One teenage boy found a Mother's Day card that he'd made for his mother. It was singed, ominously. Didn't find his mother, but found the card. That was an interesting twist. People could have got out. People should have got out. Thousands of people died, but they didn't go because they didn't heed the warning. They'd heard the warnings before, maybe not unlike Floridians who hear the big ones coming and they leave. They board up their house, they leave, they come back. No damage. They board up their house next time, they leave, they come back. Next time they say, "We're tired of this." Hurricane comes. Again, they survive it. Why should they escape the next time? They call this alert fatigue. In IT, in the computer world, it happens when an excessive number of alerts are generated by monitoring systems or when alerts are irrelevant or unhelpful, leading to a diminished ability to see critical issues. It happens in the airline industry. It has happened with large aircraft that have met an unfortunate end, and small. It was just last month, Catalina Airport, and if I'm not mistaken, Catalina Airport is the one on Catalina Island, just off the California coast. It was right around the end of the day, right around when it was getting dark. A group of people landed here. A plane came in to collect them and take them home. The manager of the airport said, "You do not have my permission to depart. You don't have my permission. They said, we're going to leave anyway. He said, I can't stop you, but I'm telling you, don't do it. Don't leave after dark. It won't be safe. Don't go. They went. They made it out. 1 mile. When you're flying a light aircraft, you want to make it further than 1 mile. And down they went, 5 people dead. They had received the warning. They ignored the warning. Now, I don't know if in their case it was alert fatigue, warning fatigue. I think not. I think it was hubris, more than likely. An overinflated sense of one's own abilities, most likely. But here we are living late in the world's history. Oh, look what I did. I said it's late in the world's history. You may even disagree. You may even think we have tons of time. You may even think you've heard it all before. You may be suffering from alert fatigue. I don't know. I don't say that in an accusatory way. I just say that because I've been around long enough to know that some of us are suffering that very thing. I don't know how a Seventh-day Adventist could suffer alert fatigue. The alert is in our name. Adventist. Jesus is not only coming back, but he's coming back soon. That's what we think as Adventists. Oh, well, people have been saying that for 150 plus years. Yes, they had, which should lead us to conclude he's coming back very soon. At least 150 years. Nearer than when some of our folks first thought.